Why that? Why that music? Huh? Fuck you, game. Why that music? Oh my god. They're seriously gonna play Amazing Grace? Oh my god. I can't. I seriously the it's throwing my complete thought process off. Because normally this is the time where I talk about what did I feel about the game. And while, like, it's a sad ending and everything like that, and then you throw this into my ears, yeah, that's gonna throw me. That's gonna, like, because Amazing Grace is such a it's a song that goes specifically to a feeling, because Amazing Grace is played in so many, like, funeral or, like, some sort of immediate post-death scenarios. So when you hear this, it all of a sudden just, like, it digs at that feeling, and it's like, really? So now, once again, it's the, what did I think about the game? I think Zero was a more interesting game, personally. The side stories, or the sub stories, side missions, in this one came a lot more hard and heavy. I liked some of your other sub stories, like the pocket circuits. Then there were things like fucking Mesu King, which I know a lot of people don't like. So there's not a huge deal with that. Yeah, Rayla, you did. I wasn't thinking about playing the whole thing, but I was like, it seems like the end. I'm like, if I do another hour stream or another hour episode, I could probably finish it. So I think the story was better in this one. It was because it was focused specifically on Kiryu, as opposed to in Zero, you have the Kiryu and Majima stories. The fighting's fun. I wish that I had upgraded the dragon path more, because that looks to be like the more entertaining one, especially when you get to right at the end. You have a few times where it's probably useful to have. But yeah, I mean, when it comes right down to it, yes, the song Amazing Grace played, but it still hit me to the point where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be upset by it. Which means that there was something more to the game that actually got me invested. That brought me to the point of getting upset. Yeah, like I said before, it's a fun game. And for those who are new to watching any of my videos, I let the credits play through. I don't skip over them. The only times I skip over them may or may not be Walking Dead episodes or any of the episodic games, because usually that's the same team. But from being a game developer at one point, it's well, that's true. If I can't skip them, that's not a huge deal. But it is giving the credit to the people who worked on it, and I want to give that credit. although I may be talking over the music, which is gonna get me probably hit for copyright or whatever. I think there's a couple reasons why I think credits are a huge deal. One is specifically the giving credit to the developers. The other thing is it is a nice take a deep breath. The game is over. You usually get really amped up and wound up at the end of a game, and then once the credits start rolling, you usually kind of go, the game is over. But it was one of the things that I remember hearing. I don't know if they still do it, but I remember hearing a lot of speedrunners do. Is when they would finish a game or finish a run, they would let the credits scroll as a sign of respect. Plus, it gives me the ability to then word vomit to you my thoughts. I like this series. I like the Yakuza series. I also really enjoy I've said it before, this is very much like the it usually ends at the final input, but it's usually that's always before credits. So they stop the timer before the credits roll, but then they still allow the credits to roll. I've said it before how this game is a lot like how I feel about Metal Gear Solid. It is a really good series. It's full of story, full of all of this very dense, or at least here it's a very dense environment. In the Metal Gear Solid series, it's a very dense story. And I can see why people really love this series. So yeah.